Hello students, I welcome all of you to the science class. Subject Physics, Unit 3, Light. In last class we have studied about types of mirrors, terms related to spherical mirrors, images formed by spherical mirrors and application of curved mirrors. Today, the topics to be discussed about laws of reflection, types of reflection, multiple reflection, refraction of light and dispersion. Laws of reflection. A ray of light falling on a body having a shiny, polished and smooth surface alone is bounced back. This bouncing back of the light rays as they fall on the smooth, shiny and polished surface is called reflection. Reflection involves two rays. One is incident ray and the other one is reflected ray. Incident ray is the light ray in a medium falling on the shiny surface of a reflecting body. After falling on the surface, this ray returns into the same medium. This ray is called the reflected ray. An imaginary line perpendicular to the reflecting surface at the point of incidence of the light ray is called the normal. The relationship between the incident ray and the reflected ray and the normal is given as the law of reflection. The laws of reflection are as follows. The incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are always equal. Let's watch the video for the
reflection of light. Have you observed the path of light when it strikes the mirror or wall in daily life? Does it move along straight line path or changes its direction? Definition. When light ray strikes the boundary of two media, such as air and glass, a part of light is turned back into the same medium. This is called reflection of light. A highly polished surface, such as a mirror, reflects most of the light falling on it. Laws of reflection. 1. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. And 2. The incident ray, normal to the mirror at the point of incidence, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. These laws are applicable to all types of reflecting surfaces, including spherical surfaces. Types of reflection. The types of reflection are regular reflection and irregular or diffused reflection. Regular reflection. It occurs when a beam of light falls on a smooth and polished surface, such as a plane mirror. Irregular reflection. It occurs when a beam of light falls on a rough surface, such as wall of a room. Incident ray. Light ray striking a reflecting surface. Point of incidence. The point at which the incident ray strikes the reflecting surface. Reflected ray. The light ray obtained after reflection from the surface in the same medium in which the incident ray is traveling. Normal. The perpendicular drawn to the surface at the point of incidence. Angle of incidence. The angle which the incident ray makes with normal at the point of incidence. It is denoted by the letter I. Angle of reflection. The angle which the reflected ray makes with the normal at the point of incidence. It is denoted by the letter R. Plane of incidence. The plane containing the incident ray and the normal. Plane of reflection. The plane containing the reflected ray and the normal.
Types of reflection. The amount of reflection depends on the nature of the reflecting surface of a body. Based on the nature of the surface of reflection can be classified into two types. One is regular reflection and another one is irregular reflection, that is diffuse reflection. First we will see about what is regular reflection. When a beam of light, that is a collection of parallel rays, falls on a smooth surface, it gets reflected. After reflection, the reflected rays will be parallel to each other. Here, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection of each ray will be equal. Hence, the law of reflection is obeyed in this case and thus a clear image is formed. This reflection is called a regular reflection and specular reflection. For example, reflection of light by a plane mirror and the reflection of light from the surface of still water. Irregular reflection. When a light falls on such surface, the light rays are reflected at different angles. In the case of a body having a rough or irregular surface, each region of the surface is inclined at different angles. The angle of incidence and the angle of reflection of each ray are not equal. The law of reflection is not obeyed in this case and thus the image is not clear. Such a reflection is called irregular reflection or diffused reflection. For example, reflection of light from a wall. Take two plane mirrors and keep them perpendicular to each other. Place an object between them. You can see the images of the object. How many images do you see in the mirrors? Yes, you can see 3 images. How is it possible to have 3 images with mirrors? You observe that for a body kept in between two plane mirrors which were inclined to each other, you could see many images. This is because the image formed by one mirror acts an object for the other mirror. The image formed by the first mirror acts as an object for the second mirror, and the image formed by the second mirror acts as an object for first mirror. Thus, we can have 3 images of a single body. This is known as multiple reflections. This type of reflections can be seen in showrooms and saloons. The number of images formed depends on the angle of inclination of the images, that is mirrors. If the angle between the two mirrors is a factor of 360 degree, then the total number of reflection is finite. If theta is the angle of inclination of the plane mirrors, then the number of images formed is equal to 360 degree divided by theta minus 1. This is the multiple reflection formula. Students, don't forget this formula. The formula for multiple reflection is equal to 360 degree divided by theta, theta, theta minus 1. When they are parallel to each other, the number of images formed becomes infinite. Let's do some problem related to multiple refraction. If two plane mirrors are inclined to each other at an angle of 90 degree, find the number of images formed. Solution. They have already given the angle of inclination value. What is the angle of inclination value? is 90 degree. So we have to find the number of images formed. What is the multiple reflection formula? Yes, 360 degree divided by theta minus 1. Now, put the 90 degree value in the formula. 360 degree by theta value is 90 degree. So, 360 degree by 90 degree minus 1. Divide 360 degree divided by 90 degree. So, what you get? Yes, 4 is the value. So, 360 divided by 90 degree is equal to 4. So, 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So, the number of images formed is 3. Next one is kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope is a device which functions on the principle of multiple reflection of light to produce numerous patterns of images. It has 2 or more mirrors inclined with each other. It can be designed from inexpensive materials, and the colorful image patterns formed by this will be pleasing to you. See, the images is pleasing, is right? Yes, this instrument is used as a toy for children for playing. Next one is periscope. Periscope is an instrument used for viewing bodies or ships which are over and around another body or a submarine. It is based on the principle of the law of reflection of light. It consists of a long outer case, and inside this case mirrors or prisms are kept at each end, inclined at an angle of 45 degrees. Light coming from the distant body falls on the mirror at the top end of the periscope and gets reflected vertically downward. This light is reflected again by the second mirror kept at the bottom so as to travel horizontally and reach the eye of the observer. In some complex periscopes, optical fiber is used instead of mirrors for obtaining a higher resolution. The distance between the mirrors also varies depending on the purpose of using the periscope. Uses of periscope. It is used in warfare and navigation of the submarine. In military, it is used for pointing and firing guns from a bunker. Photographs of important places can be taken through periscopes without trespassing restricted military regions. Fiber optic periscopes are used by doctors as endoscopes to view internal organs of the body. See the picture, the periscope used in submarine. Refraction of light. We know that when a light ray falls on a polished surface placed in air, it is reflected into the air itself. When it falls on a transparent material, it is not reflected completely, but a part of it is reflected and part of it is absorbed, and most of the light passes through it. Through air, light travels with a speed of 3 × 10⁸ meter second power minus 1. But it cannot travel with the same speed in water or glass because optically denser mediums such as water and glass offer some resistance to the light rays. Light rays traveling from a rarer medium like air into a denser medium like glass or water are deviated from the straight line path. This bending of light about the normal at the point of incidence as it passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium is called a refraction of light. When a light ray travels from the rarer medium into a denser medium, it bends towards the normal. and when it travels from the denser medium into the rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. You can observe this phenomenon with the help of the activity. Take a glass beaker, fill it with water and place a pencil in it. Now, look at the pencil through the beaker. Does it appear straight? No, it will appear to be bent at the surface of the water. Why? Because the light rays actually travels from the water, that is a denser medium, into the air, that is a rarer medium. As you saw earlier, when a light ray travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, it is deviated from the straight line path. So the pencil appears to be bent when you see it through the glass of a water. Refractive index. Refraction of light in a medium depends on the speed of light in that medium. When the speed of light in a medium is more, then the bending is less, and when the speed of light is less, so the bending is more. The amount of refraction of light in a medium is denoted by a term known as refractive index of the medium, which is the ratio of the speed of light in the air to the speed of light in that particular medium. The formula for refraction index is mu is equal to speed of light in air, that is C, divided by speed of light in the medium, that is V. Mu, M-E-W, mu, pronounced it as mu, M-E-W. So the refraction index of the formula is mu is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in the medium. A refractive index is a ratio of two similar quantities, that is speed, and so it has no unit, since the speed of light in any medium is less than its speed in air. Refractive index of any transparent medium is always greater than 1. Let's do some problems related to refractive index. Speed of light in air is 3 into 10 power 8 meter second power minus 1. And the speed of light in a medium is 2 into 10 power 8 meter second power minus 1. Find the refractive index of the medium with respect to air. So, here we have to find the refractive index of the medium with respect to air. So, what is the formula for refractive index? Yes, mu is equal to speed of light in air divided by speed of light in the medium. So, what they have already given the speed of light in air value and the speed of light in a medium value. What is the speed of light in air value? Yes, 3 into 10 power 8. What is the speed of light in a medium? Yes, speed of light in a medium value is 2 into 10 power 8. Cancel that 10 power 8. So, we will get 3 by 2. So, 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1 by 5. Second problem is refractive index of a water is 4 by 3 and the refractive index of glass is 3 by 2. Find the refractive index of glass with respect to the refractive index of water. Here, what is the formula for refractive index? Yes, mu is equal to refractive index of glass divided by refractive index of water. They have already given the data. What is the value for refractive index of glass? Yes, 3 by 2. What is the value for refractive index of water? Yes, 4 by 3. So, 3 by 2 divided by 4 by 3. Here, you have to reciprocal the 4 by 3. So, we will get 3 by 2 into 3 by 4. 3 into 3 is equal to 9. 2 into 4 is equal to 8. So 9 by 8 is equal to 1.125 is the answer. So the refractive index of glass with respect to the refractive index of water is 1.125. Next is Snell's law of reflection. The incident ray, the refracted ray and the normal at the point of intersection all lie in the same plane. The ratio of the sine of the angle of incidence to the sine of the angle of refraction is equal to the refractive index of the medium, which is a constant. So, sine I divided by sine r is equal to mu, M-E-W. Sine I divided by sine r is equal to mu. What is the Snell's law formula? N1 divided by N2 is equal to sine theta 2 divided by sine theta 1. Sine theta 2 is equal to, sine theta 2 divided by sine theta 1 is the Snell's law of reflection formula. Next one is dispersion. Splitting of white light into 7 constituent colors. You know what are the 7 constituent colors? Yes, you have already studied in 7th standard. Topic in Newton's disk experiment. I hope so. But I will tell the 7 constituent colors. They are VIBGR. You know that VIBGR is violet, indigo, blue, grey, yellow, orange and red. These are the 7 constituent colors. That is a wavelength on passing through a transparent medium is known as a dispersion of light. Why does this dispersion occur? Yes, it is because of light of different colors present in the white light have different wavelength and they travel at different speeds in a medium. You know that a refraction of light ray in a medium depends on its speed, as each colored light has a different speed. The constituent colored lights are refracted at different extents inside the prism. Moreover, the refraction of light ray is inversely proportional to its wavelength. So students, the lesson is over. Here is your assignment. The questions are state the Snell's law of refraction and states the laws of reflection. Here I have attached the answer for the given assignment questions. Kindly note it down in your notebook and don't forget to submit these assignments in the GCR.